Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Mark and Mike Show. This is going to be kind of a different type of a video for us. It's kind of a how-to and how we make our videos. So here you can see my setup. This is my home office and it's kind of snowing outside, so it's a beautiful day to do this type of video. So first off, we're going to talk about how we record the video, and then I'm going to go into how we actually make the video. Go ahead. Okay, real quick, Mike, here, let's talk about our setup while we're standing here. So,
our camera gear?
Yeah.
So we communicate through Sena headsets. Mine is a SM10, I think, or SMH10.
And mine's the 20, whatever that is. So.
Right. And for sound, we just go into the open backs of our cameras, and I even have a hole there.
Yeah, same here. I've just got an open back on mine, and so I'm just using the GoPro. No, we don't have speakers, or we're just using the GoPro.
Yeah.
Built-in speaker.
My camera is the SJ4000 from a handful of years ago. You run the GoPro Hero 3.
3, yeah.
And I think it's just because Mark and I are loudmouths that it picks us up so well.
Yeah. Well, it helps they're in front of each other. And we've tried syncing with the Sena backpack, and that works as well. But it's nice that you can. What's frustrating is if Mike is talking, you're picking up my bike noise. And so this way, Mike's audio is in with his, and my audio is in with mine. So then, while I'm editing, we can go back and forth so that the bike noise matches. And I should add, when it's just me writing, I use the Sena backpack because I actually get better audio that way.
Right.
So, and it works pretty good. Kind of a hassle editing.
Right, you got to do
time-wise.
Jump cuts, and you got to load everything at the same time. But
Yeah. Okay, so when I start editing, what I do is I put Mike's video up in the corner here, and he is track 2, and my video is the main video because it's my video in the background here. And the first thing I need to do is sync them. And at the beginning of each of our videos, we each clap. So you can see, and we found that if we each clap once, then I'm looking for 2 claps. And so you can see right here, it's easy to spot where the claps are because you get this mark on the soundtrack. So if we zoom in, then I can put the marker, whatever this thing's called, right over the clap, and I go up to clip, set marker, and then I can set a marker, and you can see I've already done these 2 here. And then I can just drag Mike's video so that it lines up with my video. So now if we test it out, let's see if we've got it at the right spot. Yep, sure enough, we're both clapping at the right spot, and so now I can move on with my editing. So by far the most boring part of video editing is running through the video to try to figure out what you want to include in the video and what you don't want to include in the video. And so basically what I end up doing is just watching the video. I've got Mike's up here once again and mine in the background, and I'm just looking for something interesting to happen. And of course, most of our rides are fairly boring. I mean, it's interesting to us, but it'd be boring to just about anybody else. So one thing I do is I'll put it fast forward a little bit here, and I can just look to see if something interesting happens, and then at the point that something interesting happens, I can include it in the video. But honestly, most of our videos most of our video doesn't make it in the videos. So then once you get all of the boring parts edited out and you decide what you want, you kind of have to pick between the 2 different views. So for example, right here, as I'm talking, it would be better to have me in the picture. So probably like starting right here, I will clip Mike's video, and then we'll just move forward as I'm talking, and you can see this view is better than watching my hands up here. Although you don't want to stick on a view too long, or it gets that gets boring as well. But right here, obviously, I want to go to Mike because there's a good picture of Mike as I turn to Mike. So then what I'll do is so this is Mike's video here. So we'll put the camera or make that the main view. We'll stretch it out so it covers up the whole screen, and then up here where I wanted my hands, and then here, let's see, we got Mike. Well, we just want Mike for a second, and then we want to go back to me. It's not really good editing, but it'll show the example here. So I'll take that out, and then back to mic until we start pulling off. So probably right around in there. So we'll go back over here. You can see editing is a very boring, long process. And let's see, I'm not maybe doing the best job of explaining it here, but anyway, so here's what we have then. Then once we're playing, so here we've got my video playing, so now we're jumping to Mike's video, and then once you'll see, that's kind of a long example here, this kind of sucks. And then there's Mike's, back to mine, and then once I get this done, then I have to go in and edit the volume. So once I have the video pretty much edited, where I've cut everything out, have my view or Mike's view selected as the main video, then I go through and I adjust the volume for each of our views. So here you can see we're shooting it. This is from my view. We're about to switch to Mike's, and you'll see right here the volume shoots up for Mike because now we're on Mike's, and I also like to put names. So now we're back to mine. So Mike's volume's down. Now Mike's volume's back up. That way, as you're watching the video, it makes sense because you can hear his bike when he's talking louder than my bike. And I found that adds a lot to the quality of the video. Not to say that there's any quality in our videos. And then I've also found that by saying Mike's cam, somebody who's new to watching our videos and doesn't know our personalities, then they can it kind of helps them to figure out who's talking and whose video is being shown. Anyway, an awful lot of work goes into these videos, and I enjoy it, but it definitely takes a lot of time. I have tried to keep track of how long it takes me to edit videos in the past, and it takes longer than I would want to admit. But basically, so that's how Mike and I make our videos. I enjoy it a lot, and if you have any questions, go ahead and just put them down in the comments there. And as always, thanks for watching. And I almost forgot to mention, I am using Adobe Premiere Elements 12 to edit my videos. I don't think it's the best software, but it's what I have, and it works pretty good.